happen?
Ah, Paimon, Traveler. It's good to see you. I'd welcome you like a proper host, but I'm a bit busy at the moment. Apologies. No need to look that worried. My observations indicate Miss Layla's condition has improved quite a bit. There's no danger to her mind. She's just fatigued and needs some rest. Excuse me for a moment while I blend some calming incense. I'll let you two explain the situation.
All right. What happened was, Sethos and a few members of the Temple of Silence rescued Layla, who was out in the desert trapped in a state of delirium.
She had to be rescued? Oh, that sounds bad.
That's all you're gonna say about it, Sino? I mean, we don't want people jumping to conclusions.
That's all I can say about it. The person involved is unable to explain what happened to her, so we're limited in what we know.
Sorry. My head... still dizzy. The moons... Exactly how many are there?
She's been repeating that phrase over and over again, but she can't seem to remember what happened to her.
We tried a few things back at the Temple of Silence, but we couldn't recover her memories. Her symptoms are kind of similar to researchers in the Satyavada life state. So we brought her to Tainari to see if our veteran forest watcher had any other ideas.
Tainari is pretty much our last option, so let's hope he can help.
The good news is, even if restoring her memory is a no-go, we can help with the headache at least. Jur was in a similar state when we found him, delirious and mumbling to himself, but he's more or less back to normal now. Sorry, I should give you some context first, huh? We should let Miss Layla get some rest. Come with me, you two, and I'll introduce you to the other victim of this incident.
Good idea. I'll wait for Tainari here and keep an eye on our patient.
All right then, this way.
Something strange is going on.
Surely that little girl must be leaving soon.
Who did the Ajalenok not offend? I just don't get it.
Hey, Jur. Still musing about Aji nuts, huh? Want me to have Sino come over and tell some jokes? Might help distract you.
No. No need. I'm done. Don't encourage him.
Well, sorry for interrupting the Aji talk, buddy. Next time, just say, Aji, hey, knock.
Hold on. So, what's the deal with the Ashilenok nuts? Other than the bad Sino jokes.
We'll get to that. But first, introductions are in order. This is Jur, a member of the Temple of Silence. And you remember the Traveler, right, Jur?
Of course. I'd never forget a participant in the Rite of Duels or the hero who saved Sumeru.
Awesome. Could you go over what happened to you one more time, Jur? Our valiant hero is gonna help us get to the bottom of this. Might as well join since you're here, am I right? Just hear him out. You're gonna want to uncover this mystery once you do. I'd bet on it.
Well, I was on an expedition in the desert not too long ago, when I got caught in some quicksand. Later, it became obvious it wasn't normal quicksand because instead of sinking to my death, I fell into an undiscovered ruin. In my panic, arms and legs flailing about, I suspect I touched some things I shouldn't have. Because in that brief moment, an enormous amount of information came surging into my mind. I would hesitate to even call it knowledge, because my brain had no capacity to process the information. To use an analogy, it would be like trying to stuff thousands of Agilenok nuts into a small water skin without it bursting. Sorry again with the Agilenok nuts, I know.
It's fine. We're getting to that part of the story anyway.
True. Well, just as I was on the verge of madness, a single phrase broke through the storm of thoughts in my head. It was a man's voice saying, "Don't eat Agilenok nuts."
What?
I know it's hard to believe, but that's what happened. I was saved by the phrase, "Don't eat Agilenok nuts." I'm not sure. I'm not even certain it was a man's voice. It's hard to remember now that I've been repeating it so much myself. Anyway, the good news is I no longer feel like my head is going to explode. Of course, the bad news is that phrase has been stuck in my head for the past few days.
Wow. But doesn't it have the opposite effect? Like, the more you say don't eat it, the more you want to eat it?
Yes, that's exactly right. Whoever the voice belongs to, I don't know what his deal is with those nuts.
Well, the world's a big place. There's bound to be people who don't like sweet stuff.
I suppose. Strangely enough, I'm starting to think the voice belonged not to a man, but a cat.
A cat? How?
That's the question, isn't it? What would a cat be doing in an abandoned ruin like that? Just as my mind was reaching its breaking point, I could have sworn I heard the sound of a cat guiding me to exit. But when I came to, all I saw was endless desert, and Sethos shaking me in a desperate attempt to wake me up.
I'll admit, it was pretty terrifying seeing you like that. Staring off into space and mumbling about Agilenok nuts.
You sure don't sound terrified.
Sorry. It's not that I don't care. It's just kind of hard for rambling about Agilenok nuts to sound menacing. Now, what Layla was saying, on the other hand, that is much creepier. Exactly. The unknown is what breeds fear. Agilenok nuts are familiar. But the moon suspended above us at night? That's about as foreign as it gets.
Well, we don't know that for sure. There could be a whole other world inside an Agilenok nut, with a moon of its own.
Huh. I guess.
Agilenok nuts are not to be underestimated.
Right, yeah, of course. Won't catch me disparaging the mighty Agilenok nut. No, sir.
Huh. So, a similar thing happened to Layla then?
Yeah, I think so. I was in a hurry to rescue Jur, so I put a marker on the incident site so we could go back and investigate. When his condition stabilized, we doubled back around to check and... Exactly. Multiple victims with the same symptoms at the same location. It wasn't hard to conclude that something is seriously wrong with that place. So, after we got Layla out of there, I had the Temple of Silence put up a warning sign at the scene and send patrols to watch the area. Speaking of, Sino, Tainari, and I are going to head back there and investigate once Layla is stable. So as per usual, you're here just in time. That's for sure. But there's another reason I want Sino and Tainari involved in this. Because the story doesn't end there. Right, Jer?
Oh, yes. Where was I? The Agilenok nuts butted in and I... Right. Yes, the cat. As I followed the cat noises, the voice said something else. So, there are those from Tula who still endure. I thought that was strange, of course, because, well, was the voice referring to me? Records of my ancestry are rather sparse, so I'm not sure if my bloodline even traces back to that place.
That's right. The Temple of Silence's place of origin. And the home of Tainari's people. Plus, Hermanubis, who Sino and I both share a connection to, was one of the city's founders. As the temple's current leader, if something strange happens in the desert, it's my job to get to the bottom of it. But it turns out, a lot of people have a horse in this race, and I'm not leaving any of them out. See? Knew you'd join. But yeah, that's all we know about Jer's situation. Tainari should be done on his end. Let's head back and check on Miss Layla.
There are records in the Temple of Silence that speak of the ancient desert people's love of raising cats. Perhaps I encountered some ancestral cat spirit, long since passed on.
Surely that little girl must be leaving soon.
How are you feeling? But don't speak if it's too taxing.
It's fine. I'm much better now, thanks. I feel like I haven't slept in 2 days, so pretty much back to normal. Whoa. That's your normal? Traveler, Paimon, I thought I heard your voices earlier. Oh, and, I'm sorry. Huh? You don't have to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. No, I just mean, I think I'm about to disappoint you. My head was kinda muddled earlier, but I still heard your conversation. I know you're trying to figure out what happened to me, and I want to help. But, I really don't remember anything.
Does your head still hurt?
No, I feel fine. The incense you made helped a lot. I'm still hearing those words in my head, but other than that, I'm okay. It's just, all I remember are those words. Everything else is a total blank. One moment I was heading to the stargazing point I'd calculated, and the next, I was on my back in the sand. The same phrase playing over and over again in my mind. How many moons are there in the sky?
Sethos, did your friend Jer suffer from memory loss too?
Not really. His memories are blurry, but there aren't huge gaps like this. He remembers touching something. Someone talking, a voice mentioning Tuletula, and hearing a cat lead him to the exit.
A cat.
Did you hear it too?
Huh? Now that you mention it, I think so. It was so soft. I thought I was imagining things.
Which means, at the very least, what the two of you experienced while escaping the ruin is consistent. A single sentence repeating in your heads, and the faint sound of a cat.
Still not a lot to go off of.
Agreed.
Oh, is your head hurting again, Layla? No, I was just thinking. Maybe my memories are blank because I was sleepwalking at the time. Sometimes, my friends and classmates tell me about things I don't remember doing, or places I don't remember going. I don't talk about it a lot because, well, I don't even know how it happened. But I don't want my personal circumstances clouding your judgment. So I, just wanted to mention that.
Ah, I see. Well, thank you for telling us. But I don't think we need to dwell on that for now. We're gonna check out the site of the incident for ourselves, so that should help us come to our own conclusions.
Okay. Then could I come too? Oh, I have to know what happened to me back there.
Sure, but on one condition. You need to be in tip-top shape before we head out. If your condition isn't stable enough before then, we'll have to figure out something else.
Of course. No problem.
Well, I'm more concerned about Tainari. You sure you'll be alright in the desert?
You say that like I'll evaporate on first contact with sand or something. Call it curiosity. If this concerns my ancestors, I want to figure out what's going on. Anyway, as long as I take things slow when the sun's out, I should be fine with the right preparation. Besides, it's a good idea to have a doctor on hand in case of emergencies.
So long as our doctor doesn't become the emergency.
Well, if that happens, I suppose I'll just have to rely on the kindness of my entourage to haul me back home.
All right, well, that all sounds good to me. Let's meet in 2 days like we agreed. Jer and I are gonna head back to the Temple of Silence and do some research in the meantime. See you in a couple days.
Sounds good.
What about you, Layla? If you feel like you need more rest, I can arrange a room for you to stay in.
No need. I've asked enough of you as it is. Besides, I feel a lot better. I should make it back to my dorm, no problem.
You sure? Don't push it too hard, or you might end up sleepwalking along the way.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I have other things I need to do anyway. Like letting my advisor and classmates know that I'm fine, adjusting my stargazing schedule, things like that. If I don't get it all done, I doubt I'll be able to sit still, let alone stay here and get some rest.
I'm not so sure that's... a much better idea. Thank you, Traveler. Of course, if anything starts to feel off, come back for a checkup right away.
You'd better listen to him, Layla, or he'll feed you tasteless slop as a punishment.
Punishment? You're the one who caught a cold. You're supposed to eat light when that happens. Besides, with your nose stuffed up like that, you couldn't taste anything to begin with.
Huh. Is that so? And here I thought it was an in-taste-to-know issue.
Should have seen that coming. You're off the clock, so now it's time for puns, huh?
Oh, brother, not this again.
Don't worry, Paimon. I understand. If you want me to stop, then
Then?
you'll have to call a plumber. Tell them someone's gotta pipe down.
This is getting more insufferable by the second. Put a sock in it already, please. Paimon's done with this game. You win, okay? Let's just get out of here. Please.
All right, you stay safe. I'll try to stay sane.
It seems your jokes have improved with practice, Traveler.
Happy about that?
Absolutely. Finally. Someone to share the load.
You know what? Akale's helping out the academia, but I haven't had the chance to check on her. Why don't you do me a favor and go do that?
Hold on. I thought you were having me over for dinner.